Hello. I've left you so many videos today. I am on my way home from Tai Chi. I went for the first time in a while. It was nice. I don't know. Part of me was also kind of wishing I was just on a bike ride instead, but I think I have one or two more classes that I prepaid for. And I like the floor work and the meditative work. So I like some of it, but not all of it, right? But especially the meditative work, I was super relaxed. And I think I was starting to fall asleep. But so Alexa was there, the one that I went over to her house with the kiddos once to barbecue, and then she came over to my house one night when I didn't have the kids, and hung out. And she's just this really sweet older woman, which is funny when I talked about that with a mom figure. I didn't even think about that. Because she's really sweet, but maybe I need to be a little bit more specific to the universe that I want a more like-minded mom figure and not one that lives in fear all the time. Because this lady, it just goes to show you, I was talking about, how we literally, so many people live their, not you and I, but how so many people live their life just in constant fear. So I was kind of just catching up with her and telling her, about my upcoming trips, and she was telling me about this thing in Sedona, and I was I think I said I was going to be in Mount Shasta for that one, because it was the weekend of the 24th, but then I was telling her about next weekend and going to the Grand Canyon and how I'm going to go skydiving over the Grand Canyon, and she was oh, well, be careful. And I'm I don't know, I just think it's a funny thing to say, and it's be careful. I'm jumping out of an airplane. But be careful about it. I'm pretty sure that's in the hands of the other person, to make sure everything's all set to go with the parachutes. There's not really much I do other than, I'm along for the ride with them on my back, be careful jumping out of an airplane. I don't know. I just think it's really cute, I guess, that people say it, now that you kind of explain, why you said it, but at the same time, it's kind of I don't know, it's be careful jumping out of an airplane. I don't know, I can't quite wrap my head around that one. And just, that's kind of the whole purpose, is just to go and let go, and just let go. Let go. Because obviously I'm still holding on to stuff. I'm still holding on to fear, financial fear, and not being taken care of fear, and the biggest thing that I've been working on since the new moon of whatever month that was, the full moon. What was that, in March or April? I really don't. Everything kind of ran together. I think it was probably in April. The full moon in April would make sense. Releasing the fear and just trusting that I am always safe. And, eventually when it's my time, it's gonna be my time. And even then, I will be safe. It's just, I'm safe no matter what. And, starting to leave the doors unlocked and starting to let go of some of that stuff. So Carissa and Gustavo are going to Rio in December to go visit his mom, and she said she's gonna go paragliding while she's there. She was yeah, I may die, but blah 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 blah. And I'm what are the chances that you're gonna die paragliding versus going outside and getting into a car accident and dying? I feel just there's just the most random stuff, cliff diving and hitting your head on a turtle. That is just always going to be my favorite. That dude was really, truly just living the shit out of his life. cliff diving, and he just hit his head on a turtle and died instantaneously. Like, it just, there was nothing that he could do about it. It just, but he lived, like, he was living his life and having fun fucking cliff diving. Like, that's, you know, my take on it, at least, right? So it's just like, live your life, have fun. And so then I told her I was going to Yosemite and Mount Shasta, and she goes, oh, well, be safe with all the crowds. There's that Delta virus going around. And I just kind of like looked at her and I was like, oh. And I'm like, I don't watch the news. I don't watch the news. We've talked about this. Like, I can't do it. I don't do it. The news is just such a fear-based mentality. It's almost like the news is made to keep us brainwashed and keep us living in fear and keep us from achieving our most amazing potentials that we have by still seeing these lean billboards all over the place. And I don't know what it is that I'm missing. I do think there's one more lien that is outstanding that I could call on. So maybe it's that one, but that one's for like $800 or something. But maybe I should call on that one. But I don't think I have any other ones outstanding. And again, I feel like everything's just gonna like come to me and I'm not gonna have to work for it, right? But I do keep seeing these lien ones, and it's just like, I don't know what you're trying to tell me. But I think I told you, I think it's really funny with the husky. I don't think it was necessarily like third eye energy. Like, I think I still do get like vagina radar, which is like just physical attraction to somebody versus like an emotional connection. But with the husky, I literally think like spirit smacked me in the forehead to pay attention to the husky. I think because literally, like, I didn't really pay attention to the guy. It was like somebody like smacked me and was like, and what did I notice? The fact that he was like walking a husky to go pee. So yeah. But anyways, just back to Arexa. And then me seeing huskies, I think I told you, in the front yard of a house, just like loose off leash. And then one on the Nextdoor app, somebody like found a dog that was a husky. And then I saw somebody else walking a husky, and I'm like, okay, so now I'm seeing a lot of huskies. And I don't know what that one's about either. But now I'm just going to sit back and wait and just be like, okay, when something comes around, it's all going to click and it's all going to make sense about why. So, yeah, just with Arexa, it's just kind of like, I kind of look at her and I'm like, now she's, you know, worried about whatever this Delta virus is. And I literally have no clue what she's talking about. Like, none at all. Like, I think she might have mentioned it one other time, and I think I was just like, huh? Like, did she mean the COVID? Or did she, you know, like, I think I just didn't, like, really be like, oh no, she said some other virus. And it's like, there's just, and especially now being as weird as I am, and just, I don't believe that anything external causes a sickness, but rather our fear about it, and we, like, manifest these symptoms. And I mean, external, I guess my tattoo and the implants are technically external factors causing sickness, but I think those are more because I don't love myself in its natural state. And I still don't know yet about the other tattoos. I don't know. I'm gonna start with the first one and then go from there, and if I feel called to remove the other two, I will, and if not, and then if I break out in psoriasis, then I'll be like, okay, so you do want me to remove all three. Okay. You know, like, or maybe the universe could let me know in another way by just, like, I probably am just, I think I need to remove all three. I think that's just what it is. So, I think it's just about loving myself in its natural state, and that everything in my life should bring me joy. Like, if I'm doing something and it's not bringing me joy in that moment, then I need to be doing something else. Like, I really think that's a huge, huge part of it. And I think the breast implants just got to the point where they no longer brought me the same joy of, damn, I look good. Like, good, because fuck, they served me really well for those 10 and a half years. Like, I look so fucking good. But I think it was more like I was not respecting my true self, where it's like, okay, they can come out now. The tattoos can come out now. Like, they no longer serve you. Like, yeah, like you said, like, I enjoyed them at one time, and now I don't. And honestly, the ring kind of bothers me, because when I go around, it does look like I'm married, even though I'm not. So then I'm covering it up. So it's like, well, why cover it up? Why not just go get it removed? Like, plain and simple, right? So, same thing. I like the heart aspect, and it is a J, and like the little pedestal. And the heart is kind of cute, and I do love hearts. So I don't know, maybe I'll start with like this one and then the Minnie Mouse one, or I mean, I could always get her with a sunflower, but honestly now I don't even know if I want tattoos anymore. Like, I don't know. So that's the whole thing, right? If it's not bringing me absolute joy to have, then I probably just need to get rid of it, because that's part of what I'm learning. And it just, anyways, the whole living in fear thing, and it just, I don't want to say it's sad, but it's kind of sad, like how much we just like are always living in fear of stuff, of repercussions, of dying, of getting hurt, of like, we're just always, like, as a human race, not everyone, but a large portion is just always living in fear. And that's not what life is about. Like, life is meant to be lived and have fun and enjoy it. And my God, the book, oh God, the light is just like, and it's from a street light, and it's just coming. I don't know if you could see it in the video. I wasn't looking at myself in the video. It's amazing. So, anywho, I'm gonna go put the chili away, and it's like 9, and I'm fucking ready to pass out, because I went for a sunrise walk this morning. I don't know if I told you that, but Frances and I, she's the Qigong teacher at Halos, are holding each other accountable. She mentioned it during my session with her on Tuesday, was that? She said something about a sunrise walk, and I said, oh, I'll do that with you. And we were like, okay, we'll hold each other accountable. And so she told me what time sunrise was, and it was like 5:24 this morning. So I woke up at 5 with my alarm clock. I was kind of hoping to wake up without it, but I woke up before it, like at like 1:30, and I was like, okay, that's way too before it. So I went back to sleep, and then woke up with the alarm clock. And so I've been awake now since 5, and I want to keep doing it. So I really, really, really enjoyed the sunrise walk, and I took Passato, and it was nice. He still does get extremely hyper with other dogs, and I do wish he didn't do that. I love him to death. He gets so worked up around other dogs, and he just like has this high-pitched yelp, but then it's like, that's kind of my thing, where I need to like get over it, because it's also kind of cute, because it's also like he's still a puppy, even though he's 10 years old, but he still acts like a puppy around other dogs. So in reality, that's actually kind of cute, right? Like, and he's 10. I need to be appreciative of how much energy and vigor he still has at 10. But when he gets really excited and pulls towards other dogs, I'm like, oh my God, dude, like, ugh. But it's like an embarrassment thing, right? But like, why am I embarrassed? Like, people just think he's a puppy. And who cares if he is 10 and still that excited to see other dogs? Like, it's cute, right? Like, it's like seeing your best friend and being like, eee! That's basically what Passato does when he sees another dog, is he's like, eee! So, okay, now that I say that, that kind of puts like a whole new perspective on it. But I'm gonna go in and clean up the chili and get my ass to bed, because I'm tired. I love you.